My buddy Joe Hagan joins us every week from Wealth Colony. Joe's a market expert for sure, and he's also one of the foremost experts in the business of mining for big data and Bitcoin and how you can earn passive income. I'm joined now by Joe Hagan from Wealth Colony. Hey, Joe, what's happening?
Hey, John, how are you? I wish I was outside with Frankie.
Yeah. Well, we're getting there. Let's hope it doesn't rain. But Joe, a lot of people's portfolios are getting smacked around. They're asking me a lot of questions. When is it going to recover? Are we good? Should I go back in? And I know me and you are always pounding that people don't realize that they have a huge retirement gap. What are you working on this week that people need to know about?
So, I mean, if you looked at the market today, you know, the internet, particularly the cloud stocks, the ETFs are at an all-time high. And that just is evidence of what we're doing is just strong, coronavirus pandemic or not. And that is more companies need their data and need it analyzed in order for them to stay efficient, stay mobile. So what's happening here, you started a promotion we did with Liquid Lunch TV and your fans and your viewers, where we had a volume discount where if you bought multiple units, you'd get a free one. So there's nothing, everyone loves free, right? But we also want to go the other way now, because as we're ending this in June before we go into the next supply agreement, we may not have the same exact returns. And to get 20% a year paid monthly, and then at the end of the lease with protection, you know, get an extra bump on the insurance redemption and wind up with 30% a year for 5 years. We have a lot of people interested from your show. And some of them, because of the nature of the market right now and the businesses, they're a little more cautious. So what we're able to do for a limited time is do fractional ownership, where you can put in as little as 3,000, increments of 3,000 up to 15,000 and get the same return. So We're excited.
Wow. Okay. So this is a new wrinkle. There has been a promotion going on for the Liquid Lunch viewers that if you buy 4 Apex units, you get one for free. And many people saying, hey, I want in, but you know, 15 grand is a lot, 60 grand is a lot. I want that return. Can I put it in my IRA? So now, Joe, I guess you figured out a way where you can make the initial outlay a lot less and people can start to get involved in the big data economy.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same exact investment, just in a smaller increment. You know, we have a lot of our, you know, network and our friends and family invested already. And, you know, we'd like to get a lot of the newer folk on, and some of them, they're not crying poverty. They just, you know, things have changed out there in the last 60, 90 days. And we want to bring these new folk on and you know, take advantage of them and take advantage for them of this opportunity without them, you know, having to overextend where they're comfortable right now.
All right, and now I know you and I have been talking. We do a webinar each week, and that's posted there if you want to check in on it later, or if you want to send, go to wealthcolony.com /liquid lunch. You can register for the webinar. But Joe, with this new wrinkle where people can make an investment as small as $3,000, is it still eligible to go in their self-directed IRA?
Yes, I'm sure it is. It's the exact. The only difference is there's more paperwork for us for fractional ownership of the equipment. So I would say yes to that. If you're interested in how that works, you know, shoot me an email at joe@wealthcolony.com. I'll get it out to you. And like I said, it works the same. There's no additional cost. There's just additional paperwork for us, and we're okay with that.
Got it. Joe, you made a great call back in October when you were with us on Datadog. I know you mentioned some of the cloud stocks. I don't really believe the market should hold these levels. There's a reason why you're focusing on Apex, especially at this time, because it eliminates a lot of the volatility and a lot of the questions in the market, right? So this is a sound long-term investment that's generating income for you. In our final minute, finish that up and I'll check in with you later. Did we lose Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe. No, I didn't know if you heard me. We got about 40 seconds left. Any big names that you're looking at right now that we'll keep track of?
I mean, I would tell you this, that, you know, Cloudera is at a new high. All these cloud stocks are at a new high. And I'm like you, a lot of the guys that started going into this program back in the fall and in the new year. I said, look, the market's at a high. Why don't you just diversify a little bit? And if you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for this market to come back 43%, take a little off the table and then put it into 20% a year with that protection. The market doesn't give you the protection that the insurance on our product does. So
That's right. Okay.
Now I'm hot on us on Apex.
All right. Check in with Joe on the webinar today. Go to Wealth Colony /Liquid Lunch, and we'll check back with you and Michelle Eskenazi and Frank right after this.
Most financially successful people own assets that make them money while they sleep. They usually own real estate, vehicles, intellectual property, equipment, and more. These assets make passive income through leases, subscriptions, royalties, and fees that don't require time, energy, or attention. Your assets do the work, and you collect the check. So what kind of asset should you buy? The most valuable companies in the world, like Amazon, Google, and Apple, all have the same thing in common. They make a majority of their revenue from data technology assets, storing, collecting, processing, and providing data. It's all about the data. What if you could own data tech assets with a low upfront cost? Introducing Apex, a proprietary technology built to process and mine data and render artificial intelligence and 3D gaming at exceptionally high rates. Apex Tech has partnered with SafeTech, a subsidiary of a publicly traded company called InvestView. SafeTech's business model leverages Apex technology to disrupt the multi-trillion-dollar data tech industry, giving you the competitive advantage. SafeTech's growth strategy is to capture a significant share of the market. SafeTech will enter into a 60-month lease with owners of Apex systems. Why would they do that? Why not just buy all the equipment themselves? The same reason most companies lease instead of own, to scale quickly without the upfront costs and for the tax benefits. So how do you get started? You purchase an Apex system. Then you can lease it to SafeTech for 60 months at a rate of $500 per month. That's a total of $30,000 paid to you over the life of the lease. So what's your responsibility besides purchasing the Apex system? Nothing. During the lease, SafeTech is responsible for any maintenance costs to keep things running for you. Just collect a check every month for the next 60 months. This tremendous financial opportunity positions you to follow the strategies of the financially successful. You can leverage data technology to produce passive income that generates revenue without your time, energy, or effort. This is what is meant by creating multiple streams of income. But the opportunity to participate will not last forever. If this concept fits your financial goals, take action today while you still have the chance.